Greetings, Internet, and welcome back to a new episode of Fun Size. Yes, and since we're getting so close to that oh-so-wonderful spooky season, I figured that for the last Fun Size review leading into that, we would take a look at a certain kind of cereal for a movie that Now, I'm a little off when it comes to my movies and stuff, but I believe this already has come out? No, yeah, this definitely came out in theaters this year. Or was it theaters and streaming? I honestly can't remember. So much has happened this year, it's hard to remember all the media-related things. So without further ado, as you can see by the title down below, and yes, I finally figured out where it is, we're going to be taking a look at the General Mills Ghostbusters Afterlife cereal. So yes, this is a thing, which was created to tie in with the movie of the same title, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, one thing that I'm very happy with is the fact that this just exists. Because way back in the day when I was in high school, I had just kind of this obsession with 80s stuff. Like, I would watch old commercials and stuff online, and, well, I still do that from time to time. But I would watch old commercials, I would watch old TV show intros from, like, the 80s and the 70s, and, you know, when I grew up in the 90s. And one commercial that kept catching my attention was the Ghostbusters cereal, like the original Ghostbusters cereal from back in the day. And there was just something about it that just kept drawing me in. I wanted to try that stuff, but it was like years upon decades that had been off of the shelves, and it was basically inedible because all the sealed boxes that exist even to this day are expired. So, you know, you're not actually supposed to eat that stuff, but there are plenty of people here on YouTube who will still buy expired foods and go, you know something? I wanted to try blah when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed blah, so we're just gonna sit down today and I'm gonna crack it open and we're gonna drink it, and then they, you know, they have a bad time with it, but they have a great time with it at the same time. I forget what the YouTuber's name is, but if I'm able to find his channel again, his channel is not for the squeamish, because with a lot of the old expired foods that he ingests, he does throw it back up a lot of the time. But anyway, yeah, if I can find his channel again, I will link it in the description down below so you can see the kind of content that that guy puts out. But anyway, I've never been one to actually ingest expired foods, unless it's like within a month or so, not several decades. And even when it's quote-unquote expired, I'm talking about like just the best by date. You know, like say you got a pack of cheese from the deli at the, you know, your local grocery store. If it hasn't gone moldy yet, and there's only like 3 or 4 slices left, I'm gonna eat that. That may be gross to some of you, but like I said, as long as it hasn't gotten off yet, it doesn't have any like white or green fuzzy spots on it, I will ingest it and I will have food. Anyway, this intro took a weird turn. We're here to talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife cereal, not about expired food consumption. So anyway, yeah, so like I was saying to start this off, I had really wanted to try the Ghostbusters cereal from back in the day, but like I said, at that time it had been off the shelves for a couple of decades by that point, and was obviously expired, so I didn't want to go tracking down a box of that stuff just to eat it and have a bad time. So I was just kind of bummed out, and I, you know, was like, I'm never going to get to try it, but the commercials make it look so good. Editing me, throw in a clip right around here if you'd be so kind.
There's a cereal in the neighborhood. New Slimer ghosts, fruit-flavored oats. Ghostbusters with milk and juice and toast. A complete breakfast with the ghosts. Ghostbusters!
If you like Ghostbusters the movie, you'll love the real thing. You can win a trip to the real Ghostbusters headquarters, bring a friend, and meet a real Ghostbuster. Ghostbusters! Look for the record in specially marked boxes of Ghostbusters Cookie Crisp and Diner Sodas.
See? It makes it look like a really cool and really good cereal, even though it was made by a dog food company. Yep, that's a thing. Back in the day, some cereals were actually produced by dog food companies. Kibbles and bits, just gotta have my kibbles and bits, gotta have my pops. That just doesn't sound right, does it? Anyway, so I was really excited to find out that this was a thing. And also, I've got to put another thing out there real quick. There was another 80s and 90s drink that I wanted to try. You know, well, I mean, obviously this isn't a drink, but you can drink the milk that comes out, or that is left over after you're done with it. But there was a Ghostbusters related 90s drink that I wanted to try so bad, but again, it was discontinued. It was High C Ecto Cooler. Well, when they came out with that Ghostbusters movie, the one with the female Ghostbusters, I forget if it was literally just called Ghostbusters, insert year here. But regardless, when that came out, they actually brought back the High C Ecto Cooler, and I really wanted to try that, but I could never get my hands on it because stupid people kept like buying up all the cases of it to either hoard for themselves or to sell on the internet for inflated prices because, you know, hey, there's all these people out here that have this nostalgia thing going on. I can make money off of that, so I will! And people like that just annoy me sometimes. But anyway, I never was able to get my hands on a can or bottle or whatever of High C Ecto Cooler when they brought it back. And if it wasn't obvious by the tone of my voice and just the sudden change in my demeanor, that really annoyed me. I wanted to try that stuff. I have friends who actually drank it back in the day, and they said it was pretty good. And I wanted that experience for myself, but now it's gone. And unless the sell-by date, best-by date, whatever, was beyond 2021 or beyond September of 2021, I'm not going to be able to drink that stuff because it's gone bad. But again, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this. Ghostbusters Afterlife cereal. Now this box of cereal right here eluded me like the entire summer. After the movie came out, I saw posts online of people being like, hey, they brought back Ghostbusters cereal. Check it out, new Ghostbusters Afterlife cereal. It's really good. You should go get yourself a box. This stuff is, it's so great. You know, just people hyping this stuff up. And I was like, yeah, they brought back the cereal. Awesome. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get myself a box of the cereal. And fate was like, no, no. Every time we went to the store, I could never find it. Was nowhere on the shelves at any of the Walmarts I usually go to. But then, recently, obviously, when my friends and I went to a Walmart that we haven't been to since we moved into this new place, we decided that, well, not we, I decided on my own that I was going to go check the cereal aisle. This was a shopping trip where we were only there for a couple of things and we weren't getting groceries, so cereal wasn't on the list. But something told me to go check the cereal aisle in that place. So they went off to get what they needed. I went to the cereal aisle, and at first I was looking for the monster cereals for next month, but I couldn't find those. So I was just kind of bummed out, and I just, started to leave the aisle. But as I turned, started to leave, on the end cap, something caught my attention. Can you guess what it was? As a matter of fact, it was, in fact, like a bunch of boxes of this cereal. Just stacked up several shelves, fully stocked of this. And suddenly, my blues at not finding the Frankenberry, Blueberry, and Count Chocula cereals was replaced with the joy of finally getting a box of this stuff in my possession so I could actually try it. Because, dagnabbit, I had actually given up entirely on finding this stuff. Because like I said, we went to like 4 or 5 different Walmarts bi-weekly over the course of about 3 months, I want to say, 2 or 3 months, looking for this junk. And we couldn't find it! Every time we went. There wasn't even like a price display on the shelves that said Ghostbusters Afterlife cereal. No. It was nowhere. This stuff was a literal ghost. I couldn't find it. And then we just went to that one Walmart, that one time, weren't even intending to get cereal, and da-da-da-na-da-na, na-na-na-na-na, just sitting there on the shelf, and I was like, this is a joke, right? No, seriously, this is a joke, right? What is this doing here? I'm not looking for you. I'm looking for them. And they're not here and you're here. What the fun? And so I just grabbed the box off the shelf, met up with my friends, and they're like, did you find it? No. I found this. And they're like, no, really? And the 3 of us had a little celebration because they were helping me look for this stuff for the last few months. And it was just an overall good time. So with that being said, let's, first of all, before I go cracking this bad boy open, I'm going to do my usual shtick. I'm going to do the review of the outside of the box, talk about the caloric information, and we'll just carry on from there. Okay, so obviously we got the family size box because this was the only size they had at the store. And even if it wasn't, this is the usual size of boxes of cereal that we get around here because, well, technically my housemates and I count as a family of 3 because there's 3 of us and we all live in the same house, whoop-de-doo, blah blah blah. So, with that said, yeah. So the front of the box looks really good. You got the old school Ghostbusters logo with that, you know, the no ghost symbol, which they updated ever so slightly by putting rivets in it for some reason. You know, those little dots going around the outside edge there. And of course, they started showing off the ghost marshmallows, which, if I'm not mistaken, aren't those ghost marshmallows the same ones that they used to put into, like, the Count Chocula cereals? Sorry, every time I say Count Chocula, I have to do that Transylvanian accent, no matter how bad it is. Just, it's a part of me. From watching those silly commercials for all those years, I just have to say Count Chocula, like Count Chocula would say Count Chocula. I know I'm being weird. Shut up. So, yeah. But aren't those the same ghost shapes that they used to have in those cereals back in the day? I'm not sure about the blue blobs at the bottom. I'm thinking those are supposed to be like shaped like ectoplasm, maybe? But regardless, I like the shapes. And I think one of the things that I actually like the most, and I also dislike a bit, are the Stay Puft Marshmallow dudes here at the bottom. And I only slightly dislike them because I feel the movie felt like the people who were making the movie felt like they needed their version of the Minions from, you know, the Despicable Me movies, or their version of the Gremlins. They needed a cute little something to draw in the little kids, while the adults who wanted to see the movie went in to watch the rest of the movie. But yeah, those little buggers are like on the front of the box, they're on the side of the box, they're on the back of the box. They're not on the top or the bottom though. And I'm kind of surprised they didn't try to squeeze one in with the nutrition facts. And I mean, they're cute. They're really cute. I even said so in that Stay Puft Marshmallows review video I did a while back. But are they too much? I don't know. I just don't know because I haven't seen the movie yet. And no spoilers for me in the comments section, please. Because, as stated just a moment ago, I have yet to see it, and I actually kind of want to see this movie. Okay, So again, we've got the old school Ghostbusters logo. We got the modern mini Stay Puft Marshmallow people. We have the ion streams that look like they're, capturing the bowl of cereal right here. Or wait, photon? Ion. Proton. I know the backpacks are called proton packs, so are those proton streams or ion streams? I'll be honest, I'm sorry to say this out loud, but it has been just a little too long since I've looked into the lore and actually watched any of the old Ghostbusters content. But anyway, I like the aesthetic of the front of the box. And you got like the little marshmallow ghost floating around up here, and we got the ectoplasm blue thingamabob floating around over here. That's very nice to look at. And then of course you have the Ghostbusters Afterlife logo written down here on the bottom, and on the top, along with that sell-by date right over there. And along the side here, we have much of the same, only they turned it sideways. And when you hold it sideways, it makes it look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow dudes are just kind of floating around in space. Now we get on to the back of the box, and I've had this box for a little bit now, and I've purposely been avoiding reading much of the stuff on the back because I wanted to save that experience to share with you, the viewers at home. So with that said, don't know if y'all heard that, but I'm apparently getting pretty hungry. My stomach just growled at me. Quiet, you. Okay. So, as you can see, it's got these fun little activity things on the back. And as such, I'm going to read them, and we'll go over the back of the box together. Okay, so it starts off with, do you have what it takes to be a Ghostbuster? Strap on your proton pack. I was right, proton pack. Strap on your proton pack, fire up the Ecto-1, and get ready to see if you have what it takes to join the ranks of the Ghostbusters team of paranormal investigators. Do you believe ghosts are real? Well, do ya? And the responses are A, no, at least I really, really hope they aren't. B, yes, my great-uncle twice removed saw one once. Or C, heck yeah, there's one living under my bed right now. Now, let's see. For myself personally, I would have to go with... I'm going to have to not go with one of the answers here. I got to go with the X-Files answer. I want to believe. And I've had several encounters in the past. So, actually, yeah. I do believe. I will go with the C, heck yeah, but there's not one currently living under my bed that I'm aware of. I'll have to check on that. There might be some spiders, though. Okay, second question. You find a secret hidden chest of old ghost hunting equipment. What do you do? Do you A, play it safe and call the authorities? B, cautiously test the equipment to see if it works? Or C, strap on a proton pack and start hunting ghosts? What do you do, my lovely audience at home? Personally, what I would do is B. I would cautiously test the equipment to see if it works. Because you don't want to walk around messing around with that kind of stuff and then, oh hey, a ghost! And you hit the button and suddenly you don't exist anymore. Just like, when you've just been exploded into a billion little tiny particles of person. Skip right out all across the galaxy. So yeah, I go with cautiously test the equipment to see if it works. Alright, question 3. You're exploring your basement and you step in a puddle of ectoplasm. Do you A, run away screaming, B, get mad about ruining your shoes, or C, say, here, ghosty, 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 come out, wherever you are. That one just seems a little silly. So that's actually the one I'm going to go with. C. I would say, here, ghosty, ghosty, ghosty. Come on. Come here, ghosty. Now then, we have 3 more questions. Y'all ready for this? Alright, so let's see. What equipment do Ghostbusters use to detect psychokinetic energy? Is it A, psychokinetic energy sounds too scary, I don't want to detect it? B, PB&J meter? Or C, PKE meter? And for anyone like myself who is actually a little bit, is a little knowledgeable with the original Ghostbusters stuff, you obviously know that is C, a PKE meter. Okay, and next question. What would you do if you found a ghost in your closet? Personally, I'd tell him to come out. It's a very strong and hard thing to do, but, oh wait, not that kind of closet. Whoopsie. What would you do if you found a ghost in your closet? Sell the house and move to another country, try to tackle it, or grab a ghost trap and catch the non-corporeal entity? It all depends. Is it a friendly ghost? Is it a kind of a benign spirit that's, it's just there? It hasn't moved on yet? And, it needs help getting to the next side? Or is it like a malicious entity? Because, personally, if it's not doing anything, it's not hurting anyone, and it's actually kind of a helpful ghost, then I wouldn't do any of the above. I would just have it as an incorporeal roommate. But I would say that if it's a malicious spirit, I would go with A, sell the house and move to another country. And if it's kind of a rude, crude one, like, say, some punk teenager who's just like being a little jerk, I would try to tackle it. Obviously that wouldn't work unless it was corporeal, in which case it's not a ghost, it's some jerk who's just squatting in your house. Or, definitely if it's a jerk, I would go with the grab a ghost trap and try to catch that non-corporeal entity. Alright, and the last question on the box. You suspect your friend is possessed by an ancient spirit. How can you tell for sure? Here we go. Okay, A. Ask them politely if they are an evil spirit. B. Throw garlic at them. C. Research psychokinetic biological inhabitation in Tobin's Spirit Guide. Tobin's Spirit Guide. Sorry, there's a bit of a glare from the lights on the box, so I couldn't quite see the B, the Tobin's. But anyway, I would probably go with C, do the research. Alright, now let's see. Add up your score to see if you are ready to start trapping ghosts. Each A equals 1 point, B equals 2 points, and C equals 3. Now that's just cheating. If you read that first, you could just go like, C, and then you'd, be ready to be a Ghostbuster. But I'll go with this in the proper fashion, and, I'll be honest with this. So let's see, do you believe ghosts are real? I said C for the first one. So let me just grab a piece of paper. Oh, I've got this notepad right here. This will work just fine. Alright, let's find a nice clean piece of paper. Okay, so again, for the first one, I marked down C. Let's see, for the second one, find a secret chest of old ghost hunting equipment. B, cautiously test it out. You're exploring your basement and step in. I said C, say here, ghosty, ghosty, ghosty. Alright, and next one, what equipment Ghostbusters use? PKE meter, so that was another C. And what would you do if you found a ghost in your closet? I said, well, I didn't actually give a hard answer for that one, so I'm just going to say, not counting what I read down here, not cheating myself. Let's go with the C. Just throw down a C for that one. And you suspect your friend is possessed, and I said C, research the psychokinetic biological inhabitation in Tobin's Spirit Guide. So C. Now let's tally up our answers. So, let's see. A's are 1 point. I didn't put down any A's. B's are 2 points, so that's 2 for that one. And C's are 3. So do da da ba ba. All right. So according to this, got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17. We got a score of 17. And going down here to this little chart down here, and I'll pull it in close so y'all can actually see it, because I realized I'm being kind of a dork sitting over here with the box way out in the distance, and with the pixels on this video, you're like, what does it say? So anyway, if you want to freeze frame it where it was, see, 15 to 18, you are the Ghostbusters' new fearless leader. 11 to 14, welcome to the team, Ghostbuster. 7 to 10, keep trying and you'll get there one day. 6, afraid you're too easily frightened to join the team. So apparently, according to that, and according to the score that I got for myself, I'm apparently the new leader of the Ghostbusters. Not that that means a whole hill of beans, but that is what it is. Apparently I'm being possessed. So now then, with all of that out of the way, now let's finally get into the score for the box. So as the majority of you should be aware, when it comes to scoring the packaging, we start at 5 and we work our way up or down, depending on, just the visual appeal and all that kind of nonsense. So aesthetically speaking, I'm going to say that just given the artwork, the nice throwback to the original Ghostbusters cereal with the old school Ghostbusters logo on there, with the new additions of the little marshmallow Stay Puft dudes, and the fact that they're like all over the friggin' box. Another thing I have to say that I really like is that the box gives away a couple of spoilers for the movie, I think. Like, for one thing, we have one of the demon dogs right over here, just kind of chilling there. And of course we have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man over here, but we already kind of knew that he was going to be in this movie in some shape, form, or another. It's just kind of a subtle hint that's been in like all the trailers and stuff, all the more recent trailers, I should say. So for that, I'm going to say that the packaging gets a 9. Yes, the packaging for this gets a 9. Ooh, that was a weird voice. Wonder where that came from. Sorry, I must have a little something in my throat. Okay, so one thing I'm curious about though is what's with that little chuckle bucket down there eating the caution sign? Is that going to be one of the ghosts in the movie? I have a feeling it might be. But anyway, yeah, so the packaging gets a 9. And I think that's just fine. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open and see what the cereal inside is like. Sorry, I'm trying to be gentle because I think I might actually keep this box as a set piece for future Oktoberfest videos. Now, let's go ahead and pop open the bag, holding it away from myself so I can get that initial whiff and just enjoy the pleasantry of it when the time comes. Okay, here we go. Okay, it does have kind of a nice strawberry kind of aroma that's coming up out of the box. Sorry, I'm still got whatever that is tickling in the back of my throat. So I've got to say, it looks good, and so far it smells good. So let's go right on ahead and pour ourselves a bowl, shall we? Sorry about that, folks. Apparently my SD card ran out of memory. Okay, so with this next one, I'm going to pour myself a bowl of that good old Ghostbusters Afterlife cereal. Whoop. Lost a puff. Not quite enough. Let's add some more. Lost another puff. It's all fun and games till you lose your puffs, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second, I'm going to track those down and put them in the trash real quick. I forgot I don't really have a trash can in here. Okay, I'll just put them over here for later. Then I'll throw them away. Okay. So, here we have the cereal. Let me just get the trusty old flashlight. The somewhat trusty old flashlight. And let y'all get a look at it. So as you can see, just like on the front of the box, which I forgot to do a little something, since we got the cereal out of the box, it's time to roll down the top flap, make sure it stays fresh. Gotta get that nice and tight down there. And we close up the flaps to keep out any spookaboos or any bugs, for that matter. And we put it over here off screen. Okay. So, as it shows on the box, you get these nice little strawberry flavored, at least I'm guessing they're strawberry, that's the whiff I'm getting from the box, from the cereal. Flavored little puffs. We get these old Count Chocula style ghosties. And you also get the itty bitty teeny tiny little ectoplasm marshmallows. Now the one thing that kind of disappoints me about this cereal is just the fact that, I mean, look at how big they make the marshmallows out to be. Like, see, there's the ghost, there's the slime right there, the ectoplasm. And then you compare them to the ones that are actually in the box, and but then again, you know, it does say right on the box, right there, enlarged to show detail. Marshmallow shapes and colors may vary. I'm kind of hoping that they will vary because, you know, that would be kind of an interesting thing to have going on with the with this cereal. Ooh. Sorry, I just cannot get whatever that is in my throat out. It's weird. Alright. So now, as per the usual, let's go ahead and take a taste. Without milk, of course, dry. Okay. I'll let you know right off the bat. These taste like strawberry cakes, only with a bit more of a crunch to them. Alright, I'm down with that. Now to sate my curiosity, let's go ahead and have a ghost. But first, we'll start with the ectoplasm. You know, see if that tastes any different because it's blue. And if I can get it in my mouth. Oh. Okay. And the ghost. The ectoplasm ones kind of taste like blueberry, but the ghosts themselves taste basically like your average, everyday, like Hostess, Swiss Miss marshmallows. Okay, so it's alright by itself without milk. Now let's see if adding that cow juice makes it any better. Alright, stop there. Give it a little mix. Hold that up so y'all can see that at home. Now then, let's... Oh wait, no, there's no marshmallows in that bite. Come here, you little ghosties. Come on, you ectoplasm blobs. Oh, okay. I got a nice little chubby ghost and a nice big ectoplasm blob. Like the last ones that I saw and that I just ingested were like half that size. But anyway, get those on the spoon. Come on, get on there. There we go. Oh, come back here, you. I tried to escape down the side of the bowl. So here we go. Okay, with the milk it gets a little better. Because when it's dry, that strawberry flavour is a bit muted. But then you get the milk in there and it hydrates it and wakens it up a bit. By the way, has it gotten a bit warmer in here to any of you? I don't know, just something feels different. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Okay, I'm going to take one more bite and then we're going to take a look at, just give my review of the actual flavour. Alright, that's actually pretty good. So, I would say dry, it's only okay. I wouldn't quite put this in like a little kid's trail mix or anything. I just realized I completely skipped over the calorie count for those calorie conscious like myself. Excuse me while I go and get the box real quick. Okay, so according to the side of the box, let's see, the nutrition facts, there are about 14 serving sizes. There are about 14 servings per container, and each serving is about 1 cup or 37 grams. The Ghostbusters cereal has 150 calories by itself, but after you add a half cup of skim milk, which obviously, as I've mentioned time and again, the calorie count for that is going to be thrown off because of the fact that we around here at Oxleymations Central, we use whole milk and not that skim stuff. So the calorie count with skim milk, with 1/2 of a cup of that stuff, is 190 calories. Honestly, that's a bit better than I was expecting. Now then, let's go ahead and give our rating for the cereal. So, oh, sorry, I think I might be coming down with a cold or something. That voice. Ugh. So anyway, yeah. For the cereal itself, I wouldn't go putting it in like any little kid's trail mix, just dry like it was. But I would say that having it with milk and, just eating it as you're supposed to, as the manufacturer intended, that the Ghostbusters Afterlife cereal gets itself... Now, what was the score that I gave the box? 9? Yes, it was a 9. So we'll give the box score of 9 over here, and the cereal itself, I think I'm also going to give... Actually, no, it's not quite 9 worthy. I'd say it gets more of a 7. Yes, 7 is a good round number for the cereal. That's the box hand, you idiot. This is the cereal flavor hand. So we take our 9 and we add that to our 7 and we get ourselves... Yes, 16 is the number of the day for Ghostbusters Afterlife. And that has been your Oxleymations official grand total of the score for the Ghostbusters Afterlife cereal. So with that said, ladies, gentlemen, boys, ghouls, and all other macabre manner of being, if you like what you've seen here today, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon to be notified of future uploads once you are subscribed. You'll be glad you did. Why did I say ghouls and stuff. Anyway, like I said, you'll be glad you did. Feel free to share my videos with your friends. If you think they'll like them, heck, if you're not sure, share it anyway. You could be surprised. And with all of that spookalicious nonsense out of the way, this is your old buddy Oxtoberfest. Oh, that's not right. Your old buddy Oxleymations saying cowabunga. And I'll see you in the next episode. Later.